Good morning and welcome to Winnipeg. Now, I have exciting news. This morning I opened my email and got an email from our friend Corey in California. And he has shipped the package, the surprise. Remember I said I was not going to tell you what it was? I just want to let you know. Some people are speculating as to what it is, but it's small. It's probably about this big. Okay, just a small thing, and it's on UPS. I checked the tracking number. I'm guessing it's about 2 hours ago. Maybe I checked the email. I've been up for a while, and he shipped it on UPS, so I got the tracking number, and you know it's interesting. Every little step of the way, it tells you where it is, and it's quite a thing in the shipping business these days. The post office, and you can go online, and you know, as long as they're being honest, you can know where your parcel is most of the way. And the scan did not say in Winnipeg yet. Now this is as of two hours ago. As far as I know, that it's going to come by plane, so it could be here right now. I'll check and I'll let you know later. But what I wanted to say here is I can remember when we were just talking about that. Okay, first of all, let me sort of roll back. Most of you know, or some of you know anyway, that the way I made my living when I was at the bus depot was not driving a bus, even though I did actually drive a bus, but I was not a bus driver officially. I worked in the express office, started there in 1973. And I handled thousands and thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of pieces of express, all the way from a little envelope, all the way up to something that, I remember in the early days before the union got in and screwed us up, I took in a car engine on a pallet. And the deal was, I was going to put it on the bus myself. I was a crazy young strong express clerk back then, not the old man that can hardly walk now. Anyway, I put it on the bus myself, and underneath in the not where the seats are, but anyway, you know how it goes. And what I did was now the engine, it didn't have the carburetor on it. It was sort of what you might call a block or something like that, but it was on a pallet. And I remember it was quite heavy. I think it was around 300 pounds or something. So they bring this thing in. They don't know that that we're just a bus, right? And we're not supposed to be taking stuff like that. Maybe that's why the union got in, because we're not supposed to be doing it. But anyway, I took it in, and what I did was got it wiggled onto the express wagon. And after trying to weigh it, and then what I did was I took old broom handles underneath it, and so I wedged it up, got these broom handles underneath so I could roll it around, and then I got the express wagon up as close as I could to the bus, and I worked it into the bus, and I got it in all myself. And the deal was that if there wasn't somebody at the destination, which I believe was Thompson, Manitoba, as best I can remember, if there was nobody there to take it off the bus, it was going to stay on the bus, and it was going to come back, and they were going to have to pay the shipping back again, and then take it off the bus themselves if they wanted it. Okay? How did I get onto that story? Anyway, what I wanted to mention was that when they started talking about computerizing everything and tracking everything, we started using computers to generate the way bills, or the bus bills. And before that, we used to write them out by hand. I'm guessing for the first 20 years I was there, we'd write them out by hand. And then they were computer generated. And I remember that the computer would generate a barcode on it, and the idea was that there was going to be a barcode reader that would read each waybill. And the thought was that we were going to be able to scan the person's package every step of the way. And I'm sort of thinking ahead at this, and I'm thinking, well, this is okay when you're inside the bus depot and it's nice and warm. But here in Winnipeg, for 13 months of the year, it's cold. Well, not 13, but you know what I mean. And, it can be like, the buses were not loaded in a heated area. They were loaded outside. And I'm thinking, the guy that has to try and scan this package when it's minus 40 and his fingers are freezing, and I've been there and done that in the early years. Anyway, how is he going to be able to scan this thing with this scanner? That means that every package that he takes off the express wagon, he scans it, and then he puts it somewhere in the bus. What a bloody nuisance, I thought to myself. Well, as it turns out, I don't think it ever really materialized. I retired. I've been retired for quite a while. So I don't know what they did up until the bus industry went. Well, there is no bus service here in Canada right now. Like the Greyhound buses that used to run all over the place, they're gone. There's nothing. The industry just died. I've never been able to really put my finger on any one thing and say, well, this is why the bus industry died. I think it was a culmination of a whole bunch of stuff, all happening you might call it the perfect storm, and finally it just couldn't survive anymore. And I got to admit myself that for the last when I used to go visit my mother in Kelowna, the last year and a half or so, I did not take the bus, even though I could take the bus for free to Kelowna, British Columbia, which is 2,000 kilometers. I was going to say 1,200 miles, but I know that train man Dave would say, "Ha ha!" It was yeah, it was about 2,000 kilometers from Winnipeg, and I could take the bus there for free. It used to take 2 days to get there. 2 long, arduous days, I'll tell you. So that's why I started to fly, even though I could take the bus for free. And I think that sort of thing is one of the things that put the nail in the coffin for the bus industry. Plus, it was getting too costly to operate. We went from 5 buses running through Winnipeg, east and west, like Trans-Canada. We went from five buses, then it went to 4, and then it went to 3. When I first started taking the bus to Kelowna, we were down to just 3 buses a day, and then it went to 2, and then to 1, and then when it got to the place where that one bus, it really didn't go directly to Kelowna. I had to go the other side of it, catch another bus, and come back. I'm getting off the subject here, aren't I? Anyway, bottom line is Corey's package is on its way. Takes me a long time to say something, doesn't it? So I'm excited about that. Maybe you can tell I'm a little bit excited. So yeah, when it comes, we'll have a package opening. I don't think it's going to come today, though. Although UPS is pretty fast, so it could. We might see a UPS truck come pulling up here, and as long as he pulls up before 2 in the afternoon, maybe we'll have a package opening. But it'll probably be tomorrow or the next day. So yeah, let's get going here. I'm so excited I forgot where we were. I think we're just about ready to turn the page, aren't we? Yeah, we're just about ready to turn the page here. So our weather last night. I woke up at midnight, just about exactly midnight, and thunder's rolling. That's probably what woke me up, and lightning flashing through the curtain, and then about 2 or 3 minutes later, the rain was pounding on the roof. Yeah, we had a wicked storm come through here last night. Although it's nice right now, and I can hear the birds tweeting, and I see my neighbor just went out for a walk. I've got the I've got the milk bone for Missy. I'll have to try and catch him when they come back. Missy will be disappointed. Anyway, I didn't see him walk past the window there. He probably heard me talking in here and thinking, oh, poor Ron, he's really losing it. Okay. Our sunrise this morning. It was, I'm hoping it's not smoke. You think to yourself, well, you had a big storm come through here. Wouldn't that put out the fires? Yeah, unfortunately, what happens is the lightning will start one, and been a bad year. And I did notice Don and Bridget crossed the bridge, so yeah, all is well with the world. The sun is shining. Let's try and get my thoughts together here. Oh, yeah, the CT scan. That's probably why my car is parked halfway on the lawn, because when I backed it in, I moved it more this way. Give a little bit more room for everybody to get on the other side of it, because it sometimes sits there for weeks without being used. So why have it sitting out in the road, right? Yeah, and I'm just noticing on the monitor here, it's really blocked our view. Sorry about that, for those of you that like to look out the window. Okay, I think I've covered all the bases here. Let's, oh, one thing I forgot to mention. The clock got the signal, so it matches my watch. Okay, oh my goodness. I'm just so pumped here because of that package just coming. Thank you, Corey. You made my day. Okay, let's try and get ourselves organized here and do something model related. Okay, quite a bit of time has passed here since I started out this morning. I have edited everything out that you saw up until right now. And I was realizing that I started to talk about the CT scan and then ended up talking about my car. Well, the CT scan went fine, and I'm not going to get the results until probably the middle of next week. They don't do anything over the weekend, and which means today, Saturday, tomorrow, Sunday, nothing will happen. But probably Monday or Tuesday, my doctor should be getting the results. I don't think the doctor reads the CT scan. I think they're read by people that do that sort of thing. And then they tell my doctor what they found, and he will make recommendations, and then if it's serious, then they'll pass that on to what we call the cancer clinic here in Winnipeg. So I'm just going to wait to hear from somebody, and I'm not getting worried about it. Just whatever is, and we're going to do what we can and accept what we can't. Okay, now I was realizing that by saving various little parts until further steps down the road, I'm kind of getting myself, you might say, a little bit mixed up here. For instance, I grabbed some parts off over by the mantle clock a little while ago, and this was one of them. And I couldn't remember, where does this go? Well, of course I know now where it goes. It goes right there. So let's put that on. I don't think there's any reason why we can't put that on. It's just one of the things in step 40 that we have to do. I don't want to be turning the page and having a whole bunch of stuff left behind. This little radar unit right here, I couldn't remember where it went. I had to page back a few minutes ago. I think it goes back to step 35. We were actually supposed to put that on somewhere. I now know where it is. This piece here, it goes, this larger radar unit, it goes on the one end of the main module that goes on the deck. So there's no big rush for that. Anyway, let's get ourselves recomposed here, and yeah, it's got sticky stuff on the bottom there. Almost don't need glue. Maybe I should have the macro lens on. Okay, did I get the peg in the hole? I think I did. Okay, let's not wiggle that around too much, because what's going to happen is we're going to end up getting the 77 on the deck all messed up. But I do believe it's. Let me look straight down on it here. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was square. I think it is. Yeah, I think it's square. Looks square? No, it's not. Okay. I don't know why I'm showing it to you. It's not like you can comment and say, yeah, it's okay. All right, now, what about the things that go on here? I know I was talking about leaving them to last because this radar assembly on the top of these, we need 2 of them right now, is so fragile. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe I should leave these. I'll think about it here. Okay, let's move on. What else we got to go here? We got this on. Okay, it talks about a ladder over here, a D10, but I believe that it has to. It's not going to. Goes on here somewhere, doesn't it? Or have I got the wrong part here? No, it goes somewhere here, I think. And then there's a little piece that goes right in there. It's not there. Okay, it's one of those little optical units that has the arms on it. Where are they anyway? I know they're somewhere here. Oh. I'll find them. Don't worry. Okay, now you can start worrying, and not because I couldn't find what I was looking for. I was actually looking for one of these right here, and there just wasn't any. And I thought, well, maybe I didn't make enough or something. And then I realized when I checked back that what I need to put right there is actually this small radar unit, which I thought went somewhere else. Let's put the macro lens on and stick it in place and stop worrying. Now, if you will notice, the hole is keyed so that the peg can only go in one way. And I guess the idea is so that you don't put the radar unit in backwards. Okay, like those lights that I apparently, the floodlights or spotlights, I put them in backwards. They should have gone the other way around. Although it depends on how you look at those. Okay, so that means, let's try not to drop it. Yeah, you can kind of see that it's keyed there. So I gotta turn this now. Probably gonna have to do it off camera. I gotta be careful where I grab hold of it. I'm just gonna push stop here for a minute and get myself recomposed a little bit. Okay. Now, recomposed simply meant get a different pair of glasses on. I don't think we're going to need a whole lot. Now, let's try not to drop this.
Are you going to be able to get it past that railing, or is it not going to let me drop it? No, the railing's in the road. Okay, I'm going to have to recompose here. It doesn't want to go. Maybe I'm going to have to moisten the hole. And you can't see me doing it, but I've re-moistened the peg. The tweezer is slipping down on that part. Why will this not let... Oh, there we go. Finally. But it's not going into the... It's not dropping down into that... Oh, there it is now. I think I'm getting it. It just does not seem to be right to me. Well, maybe what if I should put some extra thin and just let it flood across the deck? It almost looks like it's not in the hole. That's... Yet on the other hand, so I'm just gonna see if it's gonna easily come out of there. Oh, come on. What is wrong? I can't seem to let go of it. Why can't... Okay, I think I let go of it now. You know, it just does not seem to want to go into the hole. Or is it, or is it, and I just... So why is it turning crooked then? Okay, let's just let it solidify like that. Okay, let me check the monitor. I could maybe be pulled forward just slightly. Okay, let's quit while the quitting's good. Because there's sure been a lot of worse.
Hello, Missy. How are you?
Now, just in case there's somebody out there who's kind of worried that I forgot about Missy and the little dog treat, well, I did remember, and I went out later, and actually it wasn't too long later, and I did meet them coming back, and Missy's got her dog treat, and that poor little dog is so excited. She's more excited than I am today. You might say hyper. I think there's a lot of little puppy in her still. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, let's just do a dry run here. It seems to me that when I did the Bismarck and the Hood, I made at least 3 main modules. And I just want to see how this is going to fit here. I've got to be careful I don't damage this railing that we worked so hard on. Yeah, that seems to be... Is that going... Yeah, that's down. Okay. And I didn't have a problem. There's so few places I can pick this up. Okay, now we're not going to need a lot of glue here. I wonder if I should be using something else other than... because I don't want it to run out on the deck. Maybe I'll use the thick and just go around this. Where is the thick? Okay. And remember, this is the one that drips all over the place, so let's try not to make a mess. I'll move in just a little bit here. Now, this may not be adhering 100% of the way all the way around, but all it has to do is even adhere 10% of the way around, and it's not gonna fall off of there. You know, it's starting to look like something now, isn't it? All right, now it seems to me we've got okay. The other 2 ladders. We can't put them in until after this piece is mounted down onto the main superstructure, or whatever you want to call it. But it seems to me there's something that can go on here right now. Let's just check step 40 here and see what is that. Okay, the thing that we have to put on is this ladder, C51. And I have attempted to try and get this to fit several times already. This is not my first time. But as near as I can tell, I'm having trouble getting my head in here and not blocking the light and being able to see with both eyes at the same time. Now I think it's supposed to somehow... It just doesn't fit. It's too short. You know, I would have thought it was supposed to touch the deck, but it's not. I may have to do this off camera somehow. I don't know. You know, the only other thing might be to... Well, there I go. I dropped it again. And I've grabbed onto it so many times I'm scratching the paint off of the rung. I'm going to have to push stop here. Okay, I realize this is not exactly the way it's supposed to go. It's in the vicinity of where it's supposed to go. But you would not believe the terrible time I had with this thing. It even fell on the floor on me at one point. Anyway, it is what it is. I've glued it on using flat clear. And at least it sort of adds to the detail, unless we, you know, sort of realize that somebody, you know, Barnacle Bill climbs up that ladder. He's going to bump his head on the platform up above, but maybe he'll figure it out. Anyway, let's move on here. I do believe I'm almost at the end of step 40. I think I've said that about for the last 2 or 3 weeks, haven't I? Okay, except for these extra ladders that get put on. Well, actually, these D10s we've already put on. They're just right down in here. But I guess the only thing on step 40 is these units right here, which go here and the same on the other side. So as far as I'm concerned, we are done step 40. Now, step 41 wants us to put something right here. Okay, I saw that earlier this morning, so I know I haven't lost that. Okay, that's going to obviously have to be painted first. But that's going to be in tomorrow's episode. I'm going to call it quits here for this afternoon. Once again, I want to get outside. So, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow. It's really starting to look like something, isn't it? Yeah, be very careful here now, Ron.